Hello YouTube friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Beth, the Red Cross Stitcher. If you are on Instagram and would like to follow me there, my handle is Red Cross Stitcher and I would love to have you join me. If you like the content I provide, would you please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment on my video? I would appreciate it so very much. Thank you. Today is Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, and I have a lot to share with you today. I just got back from the Barefoot Needle Art retreat in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that was so much fun. So I'll share more with you about that later on. And then in about a week and a half, I have the Queen City retreat here in Charlotte. So I'm looking forward to going there as well. Got to see some good friends, spend lots of money. Had a great time. My heart is full. My wallet's a little empty. You know, it was just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm looking forward to the next retreat. So I'll talk more about that coming up. But we have a date. My son is getting to come home. For those of you who have been following me, know that my son is deployed. And he's been there a little longer than he should have been for his 6-month deployment. But we have a date and he is coming home this month. I am so excited. I appreciate each and every one of you who have continued to lift him up, and his wife Eileen and their baby Jonah, and our family, just all the members who are serving in our military, that we just continue to lift them up in prayer. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot wait. This mama cannot wait to get her arms around his neck and hug him. So again, thank you all so much for your love and support and prayers. Also, many of you know that specifically the state I live in North Carolina, was just devastated on the western side of our state. And I appreciate you all that continue to lift them up. And I know that a lot of people are pouring in donations and helping and all the things. I appreciate that so much. That side of our state was just decimated. And so continued prayers for them, as well as the people in the path, specifically the people in Florida who are going to feel the devastation from hurricane, I think it's Milton. It's supposed to make landfall sometime tomorrow evening, early Thursday morning. So let's keep them in our prayers as well. So thank you all so much. I know it has been a long time since I have filmed. I actually had filmed the video. It had messed up. There was some issues with it, and so I did not load it. So I went to the retreat, got myself together when I got back, and just now filming. That is not my intent to ever go that long. So I apologize, and thank you all for keeping coming back and supporting me. I do appreciate that. So again, not my intent. I may not be back until maybe the second week of November. I'm not totally sure. I have to have surgery on the 31st of October. So it may be a couple of weeks after that. I might try to film before I actually know, because today's the 8th. I am going to try to get another video done before I have to have surgery. So I'll get that done and hopefully get to come to you before. But let's go ahead and just jump right in. I've got some things that I finished. I have a finish that I did back in, I think I actually stitched it in May, but I don't believe I finished it till probably the first part of June. But I think I took a picture, put it on Instagram, but I don't think I showed you all. And I don't even have the chart pulled, but I wanted to show it when I saw it. It is Heart and Hand Patriotic Tiny Town. And I turned it into a drum. They're hard to show. So that is my finish. And I put some red fabric on the top and the bottom. Oh, I about dropped it. So I did want to show that because again, I don't think that I did show it before. The next one I did show you, it's a fully finished. So I have 4 fully finishes. That one, I'm still counting. I just didn't show you. The next one is Country Cottage Needleworks, Every Heart. I did this. Oh, you know what? I didn't tell you what I did this on. 18 count color and cotton. I don't remember what the name of it was. I want to say Saltbush, but that's not it. But it is a color and cotton fabric with the called for floss. This Every Heart is on 28 count hand-dyed fabric with, I think this one was the called for floss. And I turned it into a pillow. I love those sheep. Now, I did something I typically don't do with pillows. I did cut the back and stuffed it that way, put some rickrack and some buttons. Typically, I just do it on the bottom, WIPS stitch it, but this time I wanted something different. So I think that's cute. Not that anybody sees the back, but I think it's pretty. So I'm pleased, very pleased with that. Okay, the third finish, I do not have, and I apologize if I'm touching my face. My fan is going, so my hair is blowing. I don't have the chart, and I'm calling it a finish, but I still may do a little bit of embellishment on it. This is Plum Street Samplers Proverbs 31 sampler. And I did this on 36 count moonstone with the called for floss. And I think I told you all, I had the whole entire piece stitched quicker than stitching the over one verse. That over one, whoo, let me tell you, I am slow, very slow on over one. And I don't know if I put this in a hoop or not. If I hand stitched it, I know it's like in and out and stabbing it. But I'm pleased, but I may put some embellishment. I just glued a piece of the craft paper behind that, and I still may put some wax on the frame and then maybe put some embellishment. I'm not positive, not sure, but I'm happy with it. The next thing I did, and you all, I'm going to try not to make so much noise with my all my beads and things. You all know this was in my works in progress, was my oldest one that I had, and I told you all it was one of the first ones, probably the third one or so that I did when I started cross stitching. And I hated the fabric, loved the chart, absolutely hated it on the fabric. Didn't realize floss color with the color of your fabric. Big mistake, but I still wanted to finish it. I didn't know if I was going to just chuck it. And when I challenged myself to touch every piece that I had, and either determine when I was going through them, do I want to keep them or I don't? And I gave you a list of the ones that I didn't keep or I was going to restart them. And I think everything is rekitted except maybe one piece. But here it is, Snowballs for Sale by Lori Holt. And it is a darling chart. I love it. So, again, you can't see my white very well, but I turned it into a project bag. And here's the back. I quilted it. And I did get this it could be a scissor fob or a bag fob. Ooh. Show you if I can hold it up. Look at the little snowman. Perfect. And I cannot remember who gave me that, but I immediately came home and put it on my bag. So I did personalize it. I did not fill in any of the snow or the snowflakes up here because you just weren't going to be able to see it. But it's done. So pleased that is done and I don't have to worry about that. Being my oldest WIP. So like I said, I challenged myself to touch all my works in progress. I made it through everything. So I'm not going to show you everything I've stitched because that would be another WIP parade. Some I may have only put a few stitches in, a thread's length. Some I worked longer on, but I am pleased that I got to do that. I don't know if I will do that once a quarter or every 6 months maybe, just to go through and make sure that I still love it, or do I want to stop and start something that I really want to stitch. So that is that. I think also I have maybe 3 or 4 that I have not started that were in my 2024 plans, and we'll talk about that too later. Because again, like I've said before, plans are just plans. They can be changed, altered, amended, canceled. So if you are in that camp that you've changed your mind or you've abandoned some stitching, you're in good company. It's fine. It is absolutely fine because I have done it and will probably continue to do it. Okay. Oh, I thought I'd lost it. I might have shown this before. I really cannot remember. But I don't think I showed the progress. Maybe I had. This is Santa Stops Here by Brenda Gervais. I am doing this on, let's see if I have it written down. No. I know I am doing 1/1. It's probably, it looks like prairie grass. Might be 36 count prairie grass. And I am doing mostly called for floss, it looks like. And there's my progress. So got the roof done, got a little bit of the bricks done, and oops, and the wreath done. And I am filming a little later, so I'm hoping the light is fine. So that Santa stops here. This is a very cute chart. I like that chart. So I like Brenda Gervais. Excuse me. As I spill my water. Okay, the next one is, let's see. This is Agnes Platt's book from Blackbird Designs, and I am doing the Biscuit. Now, this one is the one that I told you all that I had some problems with the Picture This Plus. It is Picture This Plus 32 count heritage, maybe. And I've got, yes, 32 count. And I did use a ballpoint needle, and it has worked better because I'm trying to get my needle out of the way. The holes were not big enough. It didn't appear that it was almost like it was punctured. Wasn't that it was just tight. It was almost as if the hole was partially punctured and I couldn't get my needle through it to go through it. And so whatever, you know, just one of those where, ooh, I'm gonna have to change fabric. But here is where I am. And I do like it on this. It's got a green tint to the fabric. I do like it. It's just, it is a much stiffer, now I've got to change my needle so I don't get poked. It is a much stiffer piece of linen. And I have Picture This Plus. I've got other Picture This Plus, and I hadn't had an issue, so I'm not, I just think this one, for whatever reason, was dyed, the shrinking or whatever, it was dyed, and it shrunk. The other, I have a new start, and I didn't iron my pieces, so I apologize. I did not do any ironing. This is a new start. It was in my 2024 plans, and this is out of Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs, and I am doing Salute to Abigail. And let me see if I can get a prettier picture of it for you. Now, in true Beth fashion, I am not putting A. Adams. I am actually going to put my maternal grandfather, Jack Bragg. So I will be doing J. Bragg. He served in the military, and he is who I want to honor with my piece. I am doing this on 36 count. Let's see, I don't have the chart. This is 36 count. It may be prairie grass, and the other one that I thought was prairie grass may not be. It is on Swatagé floss. And, oh, when I move it, I can't see what you're seeing. And that is my start. So I've got a pretty decent start on this. I actually love this one. I worked on mainly 2 pieces at the retreat. This was one of the ones that I had worked on. So this one is I love that. I love the stitching. You've got all the small motifs and you feel very accomplished when you get it done. Each motif, I mean. This next one was my birthday start. And I am doing this also with my good friend Diane. Be a Blessing Stitcher. Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais. And if you followed me, you know that I started it sometime back, and the fabric was, I was using the entire piece of fabric that came from where I ordered it, and it wasn't cut straight, didn't measure. So as and I knew it was going to be tight, but it was way tight. So I just abandoned it and started it over. I am doing the called for floss, and I think that I've subbed out 2, and I can't remember who the conversion that I am following. I want to say Lori Holt, but I don't know if it was. And this is on 32 count Vanilla Rogue, vanilla fabric, by Vanilla Cream. Let me get it right. Vanilla Cream by Rogue Fabrics. And I do have the entire border done, the shell. And here is where I am. So this was the other piece that I worked on at the retreat. And I'll tell you, it's no rhyme or reason. I'm not going by page. I do like to do the border first. That's typically what I do. At least the skeleton border. But I'm just like jumping all around. Like this top portion of the band is not done. And then I'm jumping down here. And I think part of it is I just like to see the colors come to life. And that's why I hop around. Now, what I do need to get my butt in gear and get those flowers done around that skeleton border. Because all I have is the shell, and I don't want to save that to the last. So I need to get started. That's probably the next thing that I need to start on that. But that was the other piece that I worked on the retreat, at the retreat. And I did start something, but then I have changed my mind. I wasn't loving it. So I ended up on Sunday putting a few stitches in and just decided I'm not going to do anymore. I'll have to rethink the fabric on that. So that is, well, like I said, not everything I worked on, but to keep it from doing an entire whip parade again, those are the pieces that I was going to show you. Those were the ones that I did the most work on. So let me talk to you a little bit about the retreat, the upcoming retreat, and then I'll get into my plans and my haul. So I think there were capacity for about 150 people at the retreat. Barefoot Needle Art is in Surfside, South Carolina, but the retreat was held in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So the room overlooked the water. It was beautiful. Great to see Memory and Amy, who own Barefoot Needle Art. They are phenomenal. They're wonderful people. And gosh, oh my goodness, I got to meet some new people. I got to spend some time with my friends, and we just had such a good time. So Stacy, the 911 stitcher, got to come in. She is also headed to the Queen City retreat with me, as well as Michelle, who is made by Michelle McGraw. So at our table, it was Michelle, Stacy, Judy, who's in our local stitching group, Rachel, who's in our local stitching group, and her friend Karen, who she usually travels with to retreats, got to come. So I got to meet Karen. Great ladies. I also got to see Rachel, who flew all the way from Wisconsin. Heidi, who is the potty mouth stitcher, came, and oh my goodness, you all, if you have not checked her out, check her out. She also has an Etsy shop, has the coolest, I'll say, accoutrements for any stitcher. So check her out. Who else? Nikki. Oh my gosh, I love Nikki and Hildegard. I got to see Lori, Mischievous Stitches. She was there. And oh my goodness, Lori, Island Time Quilting. Love that lady. I got to meet Dottie, who is stitching Scotty. Who else did I? Oh, Kara, Pink Daisy Stitch. I got to hug her neck. She's so sweet, such a sweet lady. Criminally Creative. She was there. So it was a good time. I want to make sure I'm sure there were, like I said, about 150 people. The signups. Barefoot does a retreat in February and October. Signups are going to be on, I think it's Saturday, October 19th. Go to their website to find out the exact time, but I believe it's Saturday the 19th for the February retreat. And typically it's like the first weekend in February. I don't have the dates right in front of me, but if you want to go sign up, go to their website and go ahead and see what date and time it is to sign up. So while we were at the retreat, Lori, who is Island Time Quilting on Instagram, and Michelle, made by Michelle McGraw, Stacy, 911 Stitcher, a bunch of us are going to do a SAL, which is a stitch along, start along, whatever you want to. It doesn't mean that you can be on your own time frame with it, but we are going to all join in. And Lori also contacted Vicki from or Vicki Clayton Silks to get a silk pack, thread floss pack. So there is going to be a thread pack for it. So Island Time Quilting will have all the information. I don't know if we have a hashtag yet. It is, let me look at it's going to be Ducks in the Orchard. And I'm going to pull mine out because this is part of my haul. This is by A Gardener's Needle. And like I said, if you go to Vicki Clayton, she does have the silks for it, has it up. So what we're thinking is, Lori has broke it down. What we will do is go ahead and gather your supplies in October. We will start on November 1st, and every month you will do half a page, and that will take us through January of what is it, January of 2026 then, would be the end date for it. But this is precious. Now, the photo doesn't do it justice. It was not stitched on a purple linen. It looks purple in the picture. I haven't chosen my linen yet. I'm waiting for the silks to come in to see. But again, by a gardener's needle, Ducks in the Orchard. Look at that. Look at those ducks. Isn't that precious? Now, what I think I am going to do, actually the fabric is darker, like a cocoa, or not as dark as Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit, but it is a little darker linen. Like I said, it looks purple here, or lilac. It's not. So I'm gonna wait for my silks to come, and then I'll lay it against the fabric to see which I'll choose. But that's gonna be a new SAL. So I hope you all join us. I'll post the hashtag once I have it. But that is so cute. Let me move my board out of the way. Okay, before I finish my haul, let me talk to you about my plans, and then I'll go into the haul portion. I told you all I had, and some of this is haul, I had kitted up Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. And it is beautiful. I love the colors. Tara Sullivan has finished this if you want to go check out somebody's finish of it. And that's what it looks like. So I had started it, just put a few stitches in, did not like the colors. So I did purchase, and I'm using the called for floss that Teresa calls for, except the black. I want to say she called for onyx, and I'm using a silk, Mose silk. But I do love that vanilla cream that I'm doing Rejoice Evermore on. And this piece is like, it's big. Like, it's way big. It's $2.94 by $3.90. Probably small in comparison to some of the pieces, but very big for me. This will be the biggest piece I've stitched. I don't think Let Love Rain was this big. On 40 count, it finishes at 14 3/4 by 19 1/2. I got 32 count, so it's going to finish 18 3/8 by 24 3/8. I wanted 40. They didn't have it in 40. And if I can actually find it in 40, I would get it in 40, but you have to have a fat half. Yeah, to get it stitched. So I bought the fat half, and like I said, if I can find between now and the time I actually start it, I will. I would really like to have it on 40 count. But that's going to be in my upcoming plan. So Ducks in the Orchard, November 1st. This will be started shortly thereafter. And then Lori again was an enabler with Island Time Quilting on Instagram. She had posted her progress of Mary Gibson. I guess that's how you say it. It might be Gibson. I'm not sure. 1828 from Whilst Iris Naps Designs. it was an exclusive and it got released to everybody, and so I promptly downloaded my copy. Who doesn't love red houses? And two. I mean, that is so precious. So I am joining her on this. I actually think it was her birthday start, if I'm not mistaken. I am going to do mine on, let's see, 40 Count Porcelain by Lakeside. And I kitted it up with all the overdyed while I was at Barefoot. So I got all the overdyes for it. So I will be starting that like pronto. I saw it when it was the exclusive. I think that was released through, if I'm not mistaken, that was released through the Homespun Needlework, maybe, group on Facebook. I think that's what it is. So those three things definitely, I think I'm looking around to see, those three things are definitely what I want to stitch coming up. And like I said, I may have three, might be four, but I think it's three leftover 2024 new starts that I wanted to do. But because I'm doing Mary, I am going to sub out one of those. Blackberry House by, I think, Plum Street Samplers. I'm going to swap out. So let's go ahead and see what I bought. So I got the Ducks in the Orchard. I got the Floss for Mary. Here was the Retreat exclusive by Stitchy Pros. Sorry, trying to not have it glare. This, and I know that I am not going to remember everybody who gave me something. I got so many nice things from people, and so very appreciative, so I don't want to leave anybody out. And we got just some little stitchy kindness from Barefoot. Oh. I don't know if it's focusing. Got that. And I'm not going to probably go through each and every piece. But I did get a couple of pieces of fabric. The Vanilla Rogue for Let Love Rain. This is Vanilla Rogue. I keep saying that. Vanilla Cream by Rogue Fabrics. I think there was a Rogue Fabrics truck show. This is by Rogue Fabrics called Clouds. This is 36 count. I got a fat quarter. So it just looks like clouds. Very pretty. I also got Neutrality by Mystic Fabrics. This is 36 count. I got a fat quarter. It does have a little bit of a yellowish undertone, but I don't know. That's pretty true. I got that. I'd have my floss already out in bags or sitting. So I got my favorite needles. Everybody that knows me know I like my Peacemakers. I got a 28 and a 26. And I did get some Bowens, 28 and 26. And these I like specifically if I have a fabric that I'm having a little bit of hard time trying to get my needle through, or doing over one. Now, this didn't work very well on that picture, this plus. Like I said, I had to end up going to a ball tip because these poke my finger. Like, it really makes my, gives me a callus because I stitch in hand and I keep the finger, either my ring or in the middle. I try to alternate. And when you continue, if you're using a Bowen, it gets me the way that I'm holding my fabric in hand and to touch. Southern Yankee Stitcher was there. I got to meet her and she handed out these. These are so cute. I can't remember which one she said she was as a little girl. That's cool. I got that. Let me put this up. They also gave us a beach towel. Just this barefoot needle art. And anybody who goes to a retreat knows it's usually cold, so a lot of ladies were using that as a blanket. I am not going to go through each of these bags, but Barefoot has grab bags that you can get, and it's either marked linen, even weave, or Ada. And look, they're $10. And inside, I'll just show you a few. Like, this is a shepherd's bush. The Cornwall sampler. And it's fully kitted with the finishing piece. And so you just got a bag full of all kinds of cute little stuff. They were just a variety of things. So I got that. Like I said, I won't go through each one of those. I got that. And some of the table gifts that I got. Karen made us a bag. Charm. Got that. And Stacy, my sweet friend Stacy, I'm so glad she is here and I get to spend some time with her and Michelle, even Rachel, and our local stitching group. We are going to actually do a little bit of sewing too later this week. So just getting to be able to see her, who I've not got to see in a while. She is a very special lady, so I'm glad she got to come. She got me a 40 count winter wheat, so pretty, and a 36 count buttermilk. I got that. Look at the little bag. I got a little ort catcher, and I cannot remember who this was from. Kim, my friend Kim, gave me a little bag of goodies. Stacy also gave me some candy. Like, I love C's candy. She gave me that. And let's see. I got some hand balm. So I'm excited to use that. And some washi tape and candies. Some buttons. And some lip balm too. Love it. Love, love, love it. And who else gave me? Kara, and I do have, she gave me some project cards. Oh, here they are. She finished her Rejoice Evermore, and she made project cards. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, and some floss tags. Ah, love, love, love it. And then, let's see. I'm sorry if I'm crinkling or making a lot of noise, you all. Michelle gave us a baggie of stuff, some finishing pieces, and lots and lots of candy, a tape measure, which everybody could use a tape measure, some goodies, candies, so really cute. And I'll tell you, they had the little frogs at the table, and it's down in my bag. I don't have, they even had sunglasses on. So that, you know, ended up in my bag when I got up to go to the, I think, the restroom. One other thing, I don't know if I showed you all last time, I got Lori Holt's, what is this, bake sale, fat quarter bundle. I can't remember if I showed this. I got this from the upcycle store that we have here in Charlotte. So I think that, let me look at my notes. So I talked about the sow, and I am doing, oh, one other thing. I want to start a Savior's Praise. So we all were talking about that at our table. I know Michelle's wanting to start it. Rachel is wanting to start it. Lori, Island Time Quilting, is going to start it as well. I think that we're going to start it and let that be maybe our New Year's start. But that definitely I've got to get the silks for. I know there's a Vicki Clayton silk pack, and I've got to get a piece of fabric for it. So the thing, I think that I showed this dress before on my dress form Ada. It is McCall's pattern 7430. And I did view A here. And this is a jersey, this is a sweater knit jersey spandexy, and so is the black. But, oh, hit my thing. But it's just such a really pretty pattern, and it was an easy, very easy stitch. So if you're, again, you can make it with sleeves. There's so many variations. This, it would be very pretty with a black cardigan, so you can wear it all year. I thought it looked fall, so I wanted to put her on Ada. Let me tell you what options that I do want to sew. I'm not sure which one. You can help me decide. There is one. I like that long length. So that's option one. Here is a Mimi. I like the style, the color block. This is a Mimi G pattern. Option two. I have made this before, and I showed it, I think, in my first Flosstube that I did. And I did B. I did this one. But I'd like to, I think I like this option. Option three or option four. I love that top. And I might make that. So those are my sewing options. My quilt is, I think this is a fat quarter shop. It's So Emma pattern. This is Fig Tree Stitched, I believe, is the fabric line for that. So I've got that. And I'm trying to look around to make sure I've got one other thing to show you. But again, the Queen City retreat is the 17th through the 19th of October. If you are going, would you comment and let me know if you're going? Or won't you just comment and tell me what retreat that is coming up for you, whether it's later this year or next year. I am looking for retreats to go to. My friend Diane and I, Be a Blessing Stitcher, have talked about, do we go to a retreat or do we kind of just do like a Airbnb, or actually, you know, go to the beach and stitch? And we've talked about May. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. And the last thing I will leave with you is I've done some baking. So, oh my gosh, cinnamon bread. Oh, actually cinnamon raisin bread. It smells so good. I'm enjoying the baking, and again, I think I told you all, I am trying to heal myself from the inside out. I have several autoimmune diseases, and so I'm trying to heal my gut, because I have read and heard that if you can heal your gut, that heals a lot of other things going on in your body. So that's what I'm trying to do. Make things homemade from scratch and enjoy those things. I'll start to actually mill my own wheat berries, so I will mill my own flour, and looking forward to doing that as well. I have missed you all. It has just been way too long. I do not want it to go that long again. So I will be back maybe in 2 weeks. Toward the end of October, I want to do another video and get to just to visit with you all. I appreciate your friendship, your love, your support. You all mean the world to me. You really do. But let me know in the comments below what retreat and what should I go to? What one, like if you could go to, and I'm going to limit it to the US. If you could go to one, which one would you go to? Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll chat with you very soon. And let me just make one sure. Nothing else I don't think that I have to say. As soon as I click stop, I'm going to say I should have said this. But I think that's everything. I appreciate you all so very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.